This is Cheyenne Valentine, back to the again new episode. I just want to say I'm so pissed right now. I was 12 minutes into this video and someone called me and I had to stop the damn video. I'm so mad. So I gotta do it all. I was 12 minutes in and it was so good. Anyway, I have a question for men that dislike career women. Once again, I have a question for the men that do not like women who have a career. This is not to all men. It's only a certain segment of men who do not like career women who have a career. So this is to you. So if you like women who have a career, you don't have a problem with them, then you don't need to comment underneath this video. This is not pertaining to you. Okay? So I have a question to you men who do not like a woman who has a career. My question to you is, how is she supposed to help you pay bills if she doesn't have a job? Once again, how is she supposed to help you pay bills if she doesn't have a career to help you split bills? So for the men this is to the men who do not want to provide, but also want a woman who's available for them. Because a lot of the men who say they do not like a woman who has a career, they basically don't like it because they say she has a certain personality type, but in addition to that, they don't like the fact that she's not available. And so that they're upset that she's not available. But hold on, you're not a provider. You say you don't want to be a provider and you want her to help you pay bills. So where's she gonna get the money from to help you pay the bills, to help you split the rent, to help you split utilities, to help you buy food, to help with card notes and all that? How's she supposed to help do this? And I'm not even being funny, because you see, these men are talking in circles. They claim to be rational, but when it comes to this providing thing, they're irrational. So how's she supposed to help you pay bills if she don't have any money? Okay, now where's she supposed to get the money from to help you split the rent and the mortgage and all that? From a job, a career. And a job and career, let me explain to you what this is. Yes, people say it's a difference between a job and career. Right now, we're just going to combine the two, because I'm not going to get into, one is more advanced and all that. It's basically a place where you go to for multiple hours. If it's full-time, it's 8 hours plus. If it's part-time, is below 8 hours. So it's a place where if she's working full-time in her career, she's going to be at a place eight hours plus. And she's going to be there 8 hours plus, and it's a place where she gets money for being there 8 hours plus. She takes the money, comes home, she gives it to you or whatever, and y'all put y'all money together, and you take the money, you pay utilities, you pay rent, you pay bills, basically. That's what a career is. You men said, some of these men who have a problem with career women said they do not want to be a provider. They want a woman to help them build. Am I correct? You want a woman to help you build, to work with you financially, put her money with your money, to help build a business, to help you pay bills, right? So how's she supposed to do that without a job? Now y'all say y'all want women to help y'all pay everything. Now you got women who are out here helping to split all these bills. Now you complain she ain't available for you. She's tired. What y'all say? She's tired when she gets home. She didn't gain weight. She got an attitude. She's bossy. She ain't available. She don't feel like having sex. When I call her, she's at work. She's doing this, she's doing that. Okay, sir, are you confused as to how things go? You know, she's at work. You wanted her to work to help you pay bills. What did you expect? So why am I bringing this up? It's a guy that I know. I know his ex-girlfriend and everything. We were talking one day, having a conversation. This is some time ago. We were friends. We were just having a conversation. And we were talking about Wendy Williams, Monique, and Mary J. Blige. And I mentioned that they're very high up in their careers. And I noticed that all of them at one point had a husband that was their manager, and I said a lot of times their husband don't have a talent and they want to get with these women because these women had money, and so they just make him their manager to give him a purpose, because he doesn't have one outside of them and he don't know how to make money. Or excuse me, he knows how to make money, but he's choosing not to, or he doesn't have a talent to make a lot of money, so they just make him their manager to give him a job or something. So in the midst of this conversation, this guy says to me, he says, I hate career women. I hate women that have a career. And he said it with such hatred in his voice that I was taken back, and I couldn't understand where this hatred was coming from. It really bothered me. And why it really bothered me, you all, hold on one second. Why it truly really bothered me is because I knew him personally, obviously, and I knew about his relationship. Number one, I knew from his girlfriend and from being around him, I knew that he was cheap. He did not like spending a lot of money on a woman or anything. Number two, I knew when him and her was dating, they were staying together, they split the rent and all the utilities. I remember that she you know, she got tired of working these basic jobs and she wanted to make more money. So she decided to go back to school. She came to him. She said, look, I want to go back to school. So, you know, they were staying in like a, was they staying in the studio? No, they were staying in like a 1-bedroom apartment. It wasn't a lot of money. You know, the 1-bedroom wasn't a lot, but, you know, rent still isn't cheap. So she said, look, I want to go back to school, and I'm going back to school for something that could bring in a lot of money. And then after I'm done with school, then I'm going to have a, you know, a good job. And then I can, you know, maybe pay all the bills while you go back to school if you want to. But for right now, if you can just pay the rent. And then I'll just work on, and I'll just pay the utilities, and I'll maybe just get like a little part-time job, and then I'll go to school full-time, and you could just take, and if you could just, you know, take care of the rent because you are working full-time, I can finish with school and go to school full-time and still pay like the utilities and stuff like that. And once I'm done, then we can switch, and then, you know, you can work part-time and then you go back to school full-time, and then I can work full-time and pay all the bills. I hope I said that right. I think you all get what I'm saying. And he said, well, no, I'm not going to do that because that's not what I signed up for. And if I pay all the bills, then I'm going to have any woman I want in this house. Like, this dude really said this to her. Like, this dude was like on some other crap. I don't know what's wrong with him mentally. And so he was adamant about not being a provider, even though she was trying to work with him. And so this is the same man that fast forward going to say to me that he hate women who have a career. Sir, are you confused as to what a career is? A career is a job where the person goes 8 hours plus to get money, and they take the money, bring it home to you, and y'all put y'all money together, and you pay the rent and utilities. So my thing is with these men, and see, I know what they want. These particular men that do not like career women, they don't like the fact that these women are not available for them, because that's what this dude said. He said those women are not available. See, men want a woman who's available for them sexually. They want a woman, whenever they call her, she's available to have sex. She can pick up and go if they go out of town and all that. Sir, you can only get that kind of woman if you are a provider. See, this is what these men want. I didn't figure them out. They want a woman that works full time because they want her to help them pay bills, because they simply can't take care of all the bills on their own with their income. Even though they can go back and learn a new skill set to make more money, they can do this or start their own business. They're capable of this, but they don't want to do it. So because they don't make enough money to pay all the bills or whatever, they want her to come in and help pay the bills. Okay. But that's not all they want her to do. They want her to help pay the bills. They want to come home. They want him and her. He wants her and him to both work full time. He wants her to get to the house before him if they stay together. Well, this is for people who stay together. So they both working. He wants them both to work full time because he wants her to help him split the bills. So he wants her to have a career. Y'all, these men want the woman to have a career. They want her to have a job / career. They want her to get to the house before he gets to the house. Okay, once she gets to the house, they want her to put on some sexy clothes or some cute clothes. They want her to still smell good, look good, be in a good mood, even though she's been at work 8 hours plus. They want her to they want her to have their meal ready when they get home. If they have kids, they want her to already pick up the kids, fed the kids, went on their homework, and had the kids calm and settled, so when they come home, they don't have to really deal with the kids and be bothered with them. They want her to already have the kids, settled and everything. When he get in the door, he wants her to take his coat and say, hi, hi honey, how was your day? He wants to sit down. He wants her to take off his shoes, like I said, prepare so he wants his food to be already ready, but he wants her to make his plate of food, bring it to him. While he's eating, he might say something to the kids, but he wants the kids maybe to be in the other room and not bothering him. He don't want them, oh, daddy this and daddy that, because he's tired from work. Once the kids are settled, okay, then he wants her to put the kids to bed, put up the food. When you cook, you gotta wash the dishes. You might have to mop the floor, clean off everything, blah blah blah. He wants her to put the food up. He wants to sit, watch TV, do whatever the hell he want to do. Then he wants her to change into something more sexy. He wants her to change it to lingerie. He wants her to give him oral sex. He wants her to be a nasty little freak, rock his world, and he wants her to sex him down to the point where he falls asleep. Okay, once he's asleep, then he wants her to take care of the household, mop, clean up after the kids and do all that, take a bath and all that, and then go to bed. And then he wants her to get up before him in the morning, because then she got to get breakfast ready for the kids, for him. He wants her to drop the kids off at school, and so she has to leave out before him. And then, but when she's gone, he wants his breakfast already made. He wants to eat his breakfast, then leave out. See, this is what they want. But they want this woman to do all this and help be a provider too. It ain't gonna happen, okay? So this is in addition to that, what some of these men also want. And so that's for the man who's staying with the woman. So for a man who's not staying with the woman and they, she has her own apartment, he has his own apartment, what he ideally would want is for her to have a career, okay? And he's going to tell her, look, I'm not going to pay any of your bills. I'm not going to help you with anything financially. That's all on you. So you're going to pay all your rent on your own. You're an adult. You're going to pay all your rent on your own. You're going to pay all your car note, everything like you've been doing before I came into your life. Only thing I want to do, ma'am, is bring penis. Only thing I want to do is stick my penis in your mouth. I don't have hot, sweaty sex with you. I want you to do throughout the day, send me naked pictures of yourself to turn me on, and when I'm ready to have sex, then you need to be available. I'm not going to give you any money. You're an adult, you're a grown woman, you pay your bills on your own. Fine. And some women will say, okay, fine. If that's how it's going to be, fine. So this is so to you men who feel like this, first of all, you need to understand women do not need sex. We want sex. There are some women who do need it, but it hasn't been that many I've met. I've met some, but it's a small percentage. Most women want sex. They do not need it. Y'all need it. So to say to a woman, oh, I'm just bringing penis and I'm not helping with no bills or nothing, she could care less about your sex. So this is what's going to happen. Since she could care less about sex overall, this is what's going to happen. Since she's not going to get any help financially, she's going to have her a job, which is going to be 8 hours plus. Women, in addition to wanting, needing a rent, car note, money for a car note, and food, water, fresh water, clothes. Some women like makeup. They like to get their hair styled. They like going out having fun. So they need to have a lot of money coming in. You just stated you're not going to help her with that. So this is what's going to happen. She's going to try to move up in her business. Move up at her job. Okay, and have a quote unquote career. So her job, which the job and career to me is the same thing, but people want to say they're different. So at her job where she's at 8 hours plus making money, she knows that you're not going to help her and she needs more money coming in to afford her. Like, she don't want to stay in the hood, stay in the ghetto where she, might get robbed or beat up or raped or someone breaking into her home. She want to stay in a nice environment. So she needs to make a lot of money just for rent. And you say you're not going to help her with that. So she needs to make more money. So a couple things she might do. One thing she might do is work full time and go back to school, or she might just work full time and try to move up in her company. What consists of moving up in your company? Probably staying over, working 10 hours, maybe 12 hours, working weekends, working nights, whatever it takes, right? Isn't that what they do to people at these jobs? You got to go above and beyond to get a promotion. She's going to try to basically get a promotion. Okay, so what does that mean for you, fella who's only bringing penis to the table? This woman already don't care about sex like that. She wants it, but she don't need it. So since she's on survival mode, you're not going to help her with any bills or anything. Her mind is strictly on making money at this point and moving up and getting a promotion. Okay, so you are not going to be a priority. And no, she's not going to be available to you whenever you want her for sex. And speaking of sex, why should she just get sex from you? I mean, why should she be available for you? You're not helping her with anything. You said you would not help her with money at all. You're not going to give her anything. And look, you're entitled to not give her whatever you want, but she's entitled to react the way she wants. You don't have to give her a dime. All I'm saying is that if you expect her to be smitten over you and giving you sex whenever you want to and putting you above her job and another man, you out of your mind. As a matter of fact, what's probably going to happen, since she's at work 10 to 12 hours a day, she's probably going to find a guy at her job to date, and you're going to be eliminated all the way together. Okay, so men who are providers usually don't have this problem. See, with a guy that I was dating, I remember at the time I wasn't working and I was in school, and I was in school and I wasn't working at a particular time. I was a work study student at one point. At one point I was in school and I wasn't working. So we were staying together. He was working and full time. And this is and I want to say something to men too. When you're provided this, you can put down requirements on her, and this is what I mean. He would call me an hour before he would get off of work and say, I need my food. He didn't say it in a rude way, but he'll say, okay, you can start preparing the food now. So he used to love like Hamburger Helper and I think it was Italian bread or French toast. No, it wasn't French toast. It was I don't eat a lot of bread anymore, so it was I think Italian bread or whatever. And I would bake that, and then I would make the Hamburger Helper. So, I didn't eat it because I was a vegan. So, but I would prepare it for him because he still, he ate meat. So he would call me an hour before he would get off work and say, I need you to have, the food, you could start preparing the food ready. And he was really particular. He said you could start preparing the food. He was really particular because he didn't want me to start the food too soon because he didn't want to have to come home and warm it up. He wanted it, fresh. And he didn't want me to start it when he got home because when he got in the door, he wanted the food to be ready, but he didn't want it to be cold. So he would call me maybe 40 minutes to an hour ahead of time so you can kind of start preparing it. Don't start it too soon though. Kind of start getting the ground beef ready and all that, and then start cooking it. And I kind of wait because I wanted to get ready, wanted to be nice and hot right when he got there. He also would tell me when I get, you can start taking your hair down, put on something nice, because a couple times he came home, I had on a hair bonnet and house clothes, and he went off on me. And he told me, look, when I get home, you need to be looking a certain kind of way. Okay, this is unacceptable. And I respected him for that. Number one, he's paying the bills. Number two, this is what he required of me, and he's paying the bills. So we barely had any arguments. I mean, we broke up for a reason. It was other stuff going on. But I'm saying at that moment in time in our relationship, we did not have many arguments because he knew his role and I knew my goddamn role. Okay. And I also was in school. Okay. So my role was obviously to finish, to be into my schoolwork. And when he got home, have his food ready, he come home. I would take pleasure in cooking for him. I would prepare his plate. I would bring it to him while he was sitting down watching TV. I would bring his plate of food. I would sit next to him. I would have on my, lingerie. I would have my hair down, makeup on, smelling good. I asked him how his day was. I enjoyed those moments between us at the time. Okay. It didn't bother me. He's paying the goddamn bills. So for you men who don't want to be providers, what I'm saying, if you was a provider, you can put down requirements on her. Okay. You can have more say so. But when you're splitting bills, you expect her to work 10 or 12 hours. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so for you men that do not like women who have a career, I'm trying to understand what your problem is. You're confusing me and you're confusing yourself. So I just explained what I think y'all want. The first example I gave, you want a woman to work and do all this other stuff. That's not going to happen. You want a woman who's available. A woman who's available for you like that is not going to be working on a full-time job. Okay, so okay, so yeah, you're correct. A woman who has a career, yeah, she's not going to be available for you, but that's what you want. You want a woman to help you pay bills. How's she going to get the money, dude? Dude, how's she going to get the money if she ain't out here working a job? Okay, now, let me tell you all a story about what a dude did to me. Now, my ex-boyfriend, I remember this is something he did to me. I was working a job, and the job, it was really demanding. Career, you could say it was a career or whatever. And sometimes I would have to come in on the weekend. Sometimes they would change my shift up. Sometimes I would work, my shift was mainly the afternoon shift, but sometimes they have me do night, sometimes they have me do morning shift. It was an interesting job. It was something else. And let me tell you what this dude did. He was not giving me money like this. Okay, so that's why I had a job. Obviously, had to support myself. And I had to keep postponing us hanging out and doing things. So I'm like, well, sometimes they would have me working Friday night, Saturday night. And I said, I can't, we just gonna have to postpone because they got me scheduled. So at first, I had a female supervisor. Then I ended up getting a male supervisor. So he basically said, you need to tell him to stop scheduling you on Friday nights and Saturday nights because this is ruining your relationship. I said, excuse me? He said, you need to tell your supervisor he needs to stop scheduling you on Friday and Saturday nights because this is ruining your relationship. And he was serious. And I went the hell off on him. I said, do you really think that this man cares about our relationship? He don't give a damn about you, and he don't give a damn about me. Now, if you got a problem me working this job, then you can pay my bills then. Okay? He really had the nerve to try to throw down a demand and say this is ruining your relationship. Okay, then, if you want me to be available for you on Friday and Saturday night, you gonna have to pay my goddamn bills, okay? Because as of right now, I gotta go out here and work. You ain't giving me no goddamn money. So you're not a priority. So to the men who don't like women who are that have a career, you're correct. You're not gonna be a priority in her life, and yet her career is gonna come first. Okay. Now, if you do not want her career to come first, then it's time for you to be a goddamn provider. Okay. But you want a career woman though. This is why y'all confusing me and you're confusing yourself. You want the characteristics of a career woman, which is her making money, helping you pay bills. But you don't want the characteristic of basically her not being available, her being tired and moody when she gets home. Well, sir, both of y'all been working 8 to 10 to 12 hours. Okay. You both come on. You both are hungry. You both want someone to listen to you about your terrible day. Okay. So you expect her to work all these hours, get home before you and cook for you and want to listen to your day, have on lingerie, be smelling good, ready to have sex when she been working 10 to 12 hours. It don't work like that. So either you have to make a decision to be a provider, or you're gonna have to make a decision to date women who are not available for you. And when I say available, just they don't have as much time for you. When you call her, she might can kick it, she might can't. Okay. This is up to you, men. Don't put this on women. This is up to you. So this is up to the men who say they don't like career women. Yes, you do. If you want a woman to help you pay bills, you do like a career woman. You are confused. You do. A career woman is just a woman who has a job that helps you pay bills. That's what a career woman is. You like those women. You're just in denial. You're upset that you want a woman who has a career, hence helps you pay bills, but you want a woman who's also available. You can't get both. It's impossible, because if she has a job / career, she's going to be there all day. And that's what you want, because you want the money that she's getting from the job to help you pay the rent and the car note and buy food and utilities. Am I correct? So you're refusing to be a provider, but you want to get upset at her for helping you pay bills when that's what you want. But then now you mad she's not available. That's how this goes. See, providers can put requirements on people. Like that guy put a requirement on me when he came home to have the house clean and have this and that. He could do that because he was paying the bills. So I had no problem doing what he asked of me. We barely had an argument. Okay. So back to my ex. This dude had the nerve to say to me, tell your supervisor that him scheduling you on him giving you this messed up schedule is ruining your relationship. You know, did you all ever watch Martin, the TV show Martin? And do you remember when Gina, her boss, had her working a lot of hours, and Martin went to the job to confront the boss? It was a male boss, and he said, okay, well, you're saying Gina's working too much, and this, and he said, I'll take care of it. And then he fired Gina, and Gina was at home looking sad and depressed, and she said, what did you say to him? See, those kind of men, I don't respect them, because if you see that she's working a lot of hours and she don't have time for you, then it's for you to provide. If you want her time. If you ain't willing to provide, then what do you complain about? Who the hell are you? You can't shy out orders when you ain't paying no bills. Who the hell you think you is? This dude really had to. I said, look, you are not in, I told him, you're not in any position to tell my supervisor what he should and should not do. Do I like how he's scheduling me? No, I do not. But this is how I make money. So either you're going to, is one of two things going to happen. Either I'm going to quit this job and you're going to pay all my bills, or I'm going to keep this job and we're going to either have to break up or you're going to have to deal with it. Now, which one is it? Because what you're not going to do is get me fired, because he was going to actually try to talk to my supervisor and go off on him. You're not going to get me fired and I don't have any money coming in. Okay. You're not going to do that. You're not going to get me fired and I don't have any money coming in. And then you're not even going to help me. So like, if you get me fired, that's fine if you're going to pay all my bills. But I knew once I got fired, if he said that to him, that he wasn't going to help me pay any bills, because he hadn't been trying. He never offered before. Okay. And he didn't have and he was cheap, and he didn't, and really, I mean, he had the money to help me, but he wasn't the type of guy that was going to go out and try to make even more money. He wasn't that type of guy. He wasn't motivated like that. And I knew that. That's why we ended up breaking up. See, I knew the kind of man that he was. Okay. But he had the nerve to try to shout out some orders to my, had the nerve to try to tell me, trying to threaten, or he was going to try to threaten my supervisor about scheduling me on Friday nights and Saturday nights, as if he had a, dude, you don't have any authority at this job. You're going to try to get me fired, and then I won't have any money coming in, and you damn sure ain't finna give me no money to help me pay my bills. Go kill yourself. That's what you should do. Okay, so yeah, I'm done with this. Basically, to these men who claim they don't like career women, well then, I'm assuming that you don't like a woman who helps you pay bills. Is that correct? Okay, because you're not the provider type. Okay, well, that's what you're gonna have to accept, because if you want a woman to help you pay bills and you don't want to be a provider, she's gonna be at work all day, probably gonna date a dude at her job because she's there all day. Okay, and you're not gonna be a priority. Okay, most women want sex but don't need it. So you talking about her being excited over you just bringing penis and no money, that was never going to happen, because she could care less about your penis or any penis at all. I mean, she wants it, you know, when she wants it, she wants it, but she don't need it, so she could go a long time without it. Okay. And for the men who are providers, you don't have to worry about women's availability. Can't say that word right. Availability. You don't have to worry about that, because she will be available for you if you're paying. If you're the provider, you're paying the bills. She would. You can put requirements down on her, and it ain't gonna be an issue. Okay. And so I'm just still trying to understand you men who say you don't like women who have a career, but yeah, you are the same men that want somebody to help pay bills. Don't you understand that a woman that has a career is the woman that's going to help you pay bills? So why are you complaining?